As a lot of you realize, we get into some pretty high-end estate properties. And a lot of these estate properties are encroaching on the Oak Woodlands around our area. See, I live in Silicon Valley, actually above Silicon Valley, and the valley itself is almost completely and totally filled up with houses and roads and asphalt. So the homes that are being built in the hillsides are encroaching upon a lot of the woodlands. Many of these are very, very beautiful homes, like this one here. But much of the properties that are being developed are working their way into the hills, and as new roads go in, like this one is just being put in, they're going to compromise the health and the integrity and the longevity of these oak trees that have naturally developed in these oak woodlands. Views are also critical. People want the trees raised up so they can see through them. They want to see the valley. Well, this particular job, we had a tree that had sadly died, and I was looking at all the other trees, and this tree, as green as it looks, is on its way out. It's got so much decay. Look at the base of that tree. It's going. There's another dead one over there. This one in front is dying. And this is all the fault of the contractors. They kind of obliterate the root systems. This is kind of interesting. While I was there was a crepe myrtle that was planted, and I'm forever looking at trees that have been improperly staked. There's another dead one right there. We're going to take that one out. That's a big old tree. But I went further down into the lowlands, and it was a full day of bidding and looking at trees, primarily oak trees. And this beautiful old oak tree is in front of a school district, and somebody had propped a couple of the limbs up. I have no idea how long ago, but if you look at the growth of the cambium tissue around the pole support, you can tell that that's been there for a long time. The trees have gotten very wide, and if you look throughout the canopy, you see lots of areas of decay and weakness. And somebody put some cables in there, and those two cables are very slack. So I'm not sure if they have slackened up because something's happening, or they were improperly done. That's a good question. But whenever I look at a tree, especially a historical tree, I always walk all the way around the base, because looking closely you'll see all kinds of little things that are going on. You'll see the insect frass of different things that are going on. You'll see potential areas of disease, like the Phytophthora cinnamomi or Phytophthora ramorum. There's so many different types of Phytophthora that attack the trees. Some of them are very, very serious. But you evaluate a tree by adding up all the potential problems that you can see. And this tree has about 6 cables in it throughout. So it's been artificially supported for a long time. But the upper canopy is fairly sparse. Once again, you look at the base, you look for areas where roots may have been damaged, areas that they've put in a parking lot a little bit further away, but that's not too critical of the support roots around the base of this tree. And further down the road, I encountered this monster, and I thought, oh my God, that's an oak tree. And I jumped to conclusions, and I said, why would somebody do that? And I realized, okay, the power lines are above it, and the cable TV and the telephone lines directly above it. I thought maybe that's why they did it. And I had to go over and look closely. And that kind of taught me a lesson. Don't jump to conclusions, because when I looked closely, I realized that the whole upper canopy of this tree was completely rotted out. It was in terrible shape. There was a big inclusion that was probably going to lead to a split on this tree. I'm sure the power company's been botching it up for a long, long time. You can see the skinny wire up the top. That's electricity. Look at those holes. Look at those decay pockets. Look at all the defects in this tree. So realistically, this tree should have been removed, but they cut it back hard in hopes that it'll sucker out, and it probably will. So I jumped to conclusions thinking somebody did a botched job, and the truth is they just wanted to save what was left.